When I was 16, I met the man of my dreams who was 18. And, and my parents cautioned me that I was young and inexperienced and that I didn't really understand, what love was or what life was all about. But I was convinced that we were, like the most loving couple from all time. And I forced my parents to sign for me to get married at 16. We were in love, and he was 18 and I was 16. And I threatened to run away if they didn't sign for me. So they didn't want to do it, but they signed for us to get married. And 3 months after we were married, he was drafted into the Army, and he went into the height of the Vietnam War. He was sent over to Okinawa. And when we had gotten married, my dad told me that I had made my bed and now I had to lie in it. So I was no longer welcome to live with my family. I was 16. And so I got a job as a waitress, and I found a room in a boarding house half a block away. My rent was $8 a week for one bed in half a bedroom. And I saved my money. I worked like a fool, and I saved my money. And the only thing I ever spent it on was like toiletries that I needed. And in 5 months, I had saved almost $1,000. Back in 1967, that was a lot of money. 1967, 68. 67. And so I bought myself a round-trip ticket, and I moved to Japan, moved to Okinawa to live with my husband. That was a very exciting time. I didn't know how young I was. I didn't know what a big step it was. I just went. It was, I believe it helped me to really have a desire to understand other cultures. And it gave me a great love for all humans of various backgrounds. And we were very poor. He was a private. We lived in a cinder block building of apartments that was rented by GIs and their families. And we were so poor that in the building there was one curling iron. There was one iron and ironing board, which was my prized possession. My neighbor received a Coleman camp oven from her mom, and the building just went crazy because we could bake cupcakes and cakes, and it was actually a camping oven, but we only had 2-burner stoves, so we just put it on the stove. And I mean, that was just like it was like Christmas all over the place to get a little metal camp oven. He worked so much that I was alone a lot, and that seemed to be good for the relationship. I don't think it really just went anywhere. We were kind of just two people, in this apartment and in this stage of our lives where we couldn't really go anywhere. We couldn't really spend any money because we didn't have any, and I guess we enjoyed life for the most part, except for periodic bouts of really, really bad fighting. He really. And I'm not going to throw him under the bus. I'm just as responsible for the fighting, as he was. I really was able to look at it later and understand that I contributed greatly to the problems in the marriage. I was very stubborn and very opinionated, and I wanted to have things my way. He had a bad family situation. I had a bad family situation. We seemed to understand each other well, and at the time we felt very grown up. But looking back, we were way too young to be thinking about doing the things that we wanted to do.